Hi, folks. Bob Mannery here. You're listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes.
What's up, fam? I'm Jake Friel. Welcome to the Weekly Roundup. Kyle Meager, Ralph Delvecchio on the ones and twos as always. Got a lot to talk about. Going to be breaking down Eagles-Lions game. Also going to be talking about, obviously, the big win against the Green Bay Packers. Going to be talking just news around the NFL and also going to be giving our Week 4 picks at the end of the show. Before we kick things off, tax season is a couple months away, but no reason to be prepared now. Gibson Mayer, LLC, our certified public accountants, make a Mears 301 Oxford Valley Road, Yardley, PA, 215-369-3300. That number again is 215-369-3300. So first off, boys,
What's up, Jake?
how we doing?
How you doing?
How we doing?
How you doing over there, Ralphie?
Pretty good.
It's good to
Good
hear.
win on Thursday.
Feeling pretty good after a big win on Thursday.
Yeah,
Don't worry, I'm not sick. I just lost my voice Thursday.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Anyway, Jake, what did you feel about the game on Thursday? Now, I know I had my opinion.
Right.
Going into the game, I'll admit, I'm that bipolar Eagles fan that thought we had no shot. I had 41-20 Green Bay. At the start of the game, it kind of looked like it. Aaron Rodgers was driving right down our throats. Devontae Adams was going completely off on Sidney Jones. It was almost embarrassing. I was in here talking on the Birds of the Feather during the comments. I was like, this game's over. I don't even know I'm watching it, but I'm
Right.
too committed. So I kept watching it. And all of a sudden, it just turns around. Miles Sanders has that kick return to the
And it
40,
just completely changed the momentum
and it
of the game.
changed everything.
Yep.
Like it's just unbelievable how this team responded to that horrible, embarrassing loss to the Detroit Lions on Sunday. And you
And
know,
we were both there on Thursday, so.
yeah, exactly.
Or not
you know?
Thursday, last
Sunday.
Sunday.
Yeah,
Last
you
Sunday.
were working the game and I was there, and it was just I got sunburned. I was pissed off, and it's just a game that I didn't think we'd lose. I'm still kind of pissed off because we could be in great shape. We could be 3-1 and 3-1 in the NFC.
Well, we could be 3-1 just as easily as we could be 4-0.
Exactly. You know
So
what I'm
we're
saying?
two key drops away from being 4-0.
100%. Now, this win was huge. I'm not going to lie. I'm not taking anything away from this team, but they have to bring it over into the Jets game. People are saying, why are you saying we're not going to beat the Jets? I'm not saying we're not going to beat the Jets. I'm saying it's any given Sunday. You have to be ready to play. You just went into Green Bay, had a great win. I don't want you being lackluster
Right.
next Sunday against a team that you think you can beat.
Right.
You know, and
Yeah,
that's the
no,
problem.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
And the Jets honestly should be, on paper, they should be a wash.
Wash.
It should be a complete wash.
We're 13-point favorites.
Yeah.
Should be a wash.
It should be an absolute wash. But again, it's the Philadelphia Eagles, so.
Anything could happen.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
It's Philly sports, you know. You're like, go Birds, going into the game. You're like pounding the Bud Lights. You're having a great time. Fly, Eagles, fly. And then all of a sudden, you go into the stadium and we lose by 40. So
Yeah, exactly.
it's just, it's one of those things. But Green Bay was a great game.
It's a phenomenal
Give
game.
me your thoughts on what wowed you, what amazed you for that game.
I think really, and Tommy talked about it on one of our posts on A2D, is just it's just the resiliency of this football team, and we talked about it pre-show, is just Doug Peterson just showing up during big games and just big moments. Carson Wentz really had he put everything on display on Thursday. And I think that the country got a chance to see what he's capable of, what he can do, and also it really just showed that we can actually run the ball. Which
$160, 3 touchdowns for Carson Wentz. That wasn't the story, though.
Yeah.
The story was running the ball, like you just added. You know, Miles Sanders, 71 yards. Jordan Howard, I think 80-something yards, 2 touchdowns in key spots. You know, this is what we needed. This is what we haven't seen the whole season out of Jordan Howard and Miles Sanders. And you know, I've been saying, if you're not going to run Jordan Howard the right way, put him on the bench and keep Miles Sanders as your feature back. Maybe they heard me. I don't know, because they ran Jordan Howard in the right spots at the key situations in the game. So it was just a perfect executed game plan from the Philadelphia Eagles and Doug Peterson, the second best head coach in the NFL, right behind Bill Belichick.
that's bold too.
The
That's
guy
really
comes
bold.
up in big spots every single time. The Super Bowl last 2 nights ago. The Super Bowl, obviously, and I don't want to put them together, but, 2 nights ago in Green Bay. The Chicago game last year, he comes up clutch.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I want to see from Carson Wentz is can he come up clutch in big spots as well? And, it was one of his better games he's had throughout his career, but I would like to see him when the pressure's on the line come up
Right.
when it matters. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
No, I get that.
Yeah.
Now, do you think this was Carson Wentz's best game of his career? Or
No.
biggest win, I should say. Biggest win
No.
of his career. No.
No. If I'm going back to 2017, I would actually think I'm drawing a blank right now. Well, you said biggest win. Biggest win, yes. Best game, no.
Okay.
Best game was the Rams game when he got injured.
I agree.
But biggest win, yeah, this would have to be the biggest win of his career.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think the big thing, too, is that people took away is he went toe-to-toe with Aaron Rodgers
Kind of.
for the most part.
Yeah.
For the most part.
He kind of had to, though.
Yeah.
Going into the game, you had to see it coming because the only way we were going to win that game is by putting up as many points as Aaron Rodgers did. Aaron Rodgers threw for 422, 2 touchdowns and a pick.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that pick came at the end of the game. His first interception of the season came at the hands of us.
Yeah.
So, and
Should've
he
been.
doesn't throw picks.
Should have been
He
two.
does
but-
not throw interceptions
Yeah.
at all, like ever. If you look at his career, if you look at his career stats, it's like 390, 88, 390 for touchdowns, 88 interceptions, and something
it's
crazy like that.
It's a
Yeah.
crazy stat. Yeah.
He doesn't throw interceptions, and the way we took it away at the end of the game was huge.
It was absolutely huge. Now, again, if Bradham had a little bit better hands, he could have had a pick six. But again, we won, so I can't be
It's like,
too
who
upset.
cares? Yeah.
Exactly.
Exactly.
All past tense. But what do you think, Ralph? What was your big takeaway from Thursday?
From Thursday, I just going into Lambeau and beating them.
Yeah.
It's crazy because we were talking about a pre-show. Like I was telling you guys, like when Rodgers was driving down the field, I was like, oh well, we've seen this movie before. Get ready for the heartbreak.
Yeah.
But it didn't happen. Nigel Bradham got the pick, but he could have had to. He should have had to.
He should have had to.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda. We came out with the win, and that's all
Yeah,
that matters.
exactly. That's all that matters at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But I think this is really just this game in particular. I think it's just a big confidence booster for the rest of the team.
100%.
And the D-line actually stepped up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Got 2 key turnovers. The one from Derek Barnett was huge.
Big. That was after he knocked Jamal Williams out of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, with that vicious blindside hit. But, that's football. It happens.
He's not getting suspended, so
yeah.
it is what it is.
Granted or not, he made a football play.
Yeah.
And, he knocked the guy out of the game, so it worked.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, a lot of people say, oh, that was a terrible thing. Stop watching football.
Yeah,
You know?
Exactly. No, I agree.
It's sport. It's
And,
violent.
and our run defense stepped up again.
100%.
And right now it's been the past, I think, you can correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's been the past, 3 seasons we've had the top run defense in the league.
Something like that. And
Yeah.
Cox isn't even fully recovered from surgery.
Yeah, which is crazy. I mean, we saw Cox a little more on Thursday.
Yeah. Now, I'm not going to take much away from our run defense the other day because Green Bay's running backs, who they really have.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
They have
here,
Jamal Williams, and that's really it.
Yeah, we faced Devontae Freeman this year, and that's about it.
Mm-hmm.
When we go up against Le'Veon Bell versus the Jets,
Yeah.
then I'll see our run defense and what it's made of.
Yeah.
But right now, I'm not really taking anything away from it. I'm just happy we won the game.
Mhm.
I didn't think we were going to win. I think we were going to get ass blasted into another universe.
Right.
I'm just happy we won the game.
Yeah.
So yeah. What do you guys think out there? What do you think this game will set when it comes to a momentum shift for the Philadelphia Eagles season this year?
Okay.
Because right now, like I was talking to Ralphie before the show, I feel like we could easily be 4-0
Oh, there's no doubt.
or 3-1.
Mhm.
But we're 2-2. So I mean, it's kind of like yay, but at the same time, it's like we could be in a much better position right now.
No, I completely agree.
Yeah. So I don't know.
And then I think the Cowboys fans are going to be a little quiet this week after
After they lose,
they lose to the Saints. Yeah, their first real opponent of the season.
yeah, no, they'll still say Dak's better than Wentz. I
Yeah.
mean, how can you say that with a straight face after you just watched that game?
Yeah.
You can't say it. Like, Wentz proved to everybody that he could play on the big stage.
Yeah, and there were some plays on Thursday that just made you go, wow.
Right.
Like that one play, I think it was the Packers D lineman. He was coming at Wentz. I think it was either he grabbed his collar or his face mask. He broke free of it, and just obviously he didn't convert, but nonetheless he got away from it, which is impressive in and of itself.
Yeah.
You could almost say like Ben Roethlisberger-esque.
Yep. I agree. Joseph Stinger on Facebook says, hello from Florida.
What's up, Joe?
What's up? Also, no, different comment. Jordan Eagles Roman says, when did we go to the school of cheap shots? We got to clean it up. Unfortunately, Jordan, that's football. I was saying before the show, I thought that Barnett should have got suspended. I'm for that. But at the same time, you're playing a vicious game. You're trying to take out their best players, and that's understandable. You have to go into the game thinking that the way you're going to win the game is by subtraction by addition or
Addition by subtraction.
Addition by subtraction. So when you take out their best players, you have a better chance of winning the game.
Right.
And that's what Barnett was thinking. Was it by accident? No. It was completely on purpose.
Right.
But he saw his shot, took it. There you go.
See, I just feel like it was too close to the whistle. I know the guys here on Birds of a Feather, when they were watching, they didn't have the sound on, but to me it just sounded.
No,
It
was a cheap shot.
It was close.
It was a cheap shot.
It was close.
100% a cheap shot. It wasn't even close.
Tyler Genevis also says on Facebook, "What's up, Tyler? I think this game really exposed the Packers defense."
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they made the meme about Rodgers after the Bears game. He said, "Oh, look at our defense."
Yeah.
And you saw three
All the
straight plays.
touchdown scores. Yeah.
So funny.
And there was a crazy stat too. It was like Aaron Rodgers is 58-0-1 when he has a 10-point lead, I believe.
Yeah, he's 50. He was 58 wins, 0 losses
And a
when
draw
leading
or something.
by 10 or plus more
Not anymore.
at home.
Yeah, you can say
Now it's
goodbye to
58
that.
wins and one
One
loss.
loss, and that's us.
Well,
Yep.
no, he had a draw too.
Yeah.
I think that was against Minnesota.
Is that what it? Yeah,
Yeah.
I do remember that game.
It was like 2 years ago, a
Something
year
like
ago.
that, yeah.
Yeah.
I hate draws. I hate draws so much.
Yeah, but they happen,
No, I get it, but I don't know.
Ties are corny.
Yeah, ties are corny. I agree with that. I mean, but at the same time, it's a stat.
It's not like I'm watching the Premier League where it happens like almost every game. But
Yeah, you're a
Yeah.
Man U fan, right?
exactly.
Yeah. But
We'll be back.
yeah, no, you won't. Didn't you let some 16-year-old score on you?
I forget. Probably.
Yeah. This was just the other day.
Yeah, we haven't been that good, but nonetheless,
Nonetheless,
We're here
let's
to
get
talk
back
football.
to the birds.
what's going on in YouTube, Ralph?
Zill Jones just says, "What's up, boys?
What's up,
What up,
Jones?
Zill?"
What's up, Zill? How you doing?
I'm trying to
How
look
are
for the stat. I saw a stat for Carson on Twitter. I gotta find it real quick.
Good old Carson Wentz. That's my boy. I'm back on the bandwagon, guys.
We know.
Yeah. No, listen, and the story behind this jersey, all right, I'm wearing this jersey for the rest of the season because it's a good luck charm. Carson Wentz wins the Super Bowl. I will frame this in my new house that I will have next year. I'll put it on the wall, and Carson Wentz will be my new jersey with this badge right here, champion badge. It's a promise I'll keep.
Okay.
It's a promise I'll keep. I just want him to win a Super Bowl too.
Mhm.
You know, this guy's won it. It's a lucky jersey, so I'm going to keep it
Mhm.
until he wins, and then this jersey will get retired.
Okay.
So this is from Trey Wingo. So when the Eagles run, Carson Wentz wins. In games Wentz has started since 2016, the Eagles are 24-6 when the team rushes for over 100 yards, and 7-0 when rushing for over 175 yards.
Wow.
But when they rush for under 100 yards, the Eagles are 1-13.
Really?
Wow.
Wow.
That's crazy.
That's a heck of a stat.
Talk about
Yeah.
a shift.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Well, it just shows how important having a balanced offense is.
Yeah.
You need a balanced offense. You know, you're not running the ball and relying on Carson Wentz to throw the ball all this time.
Mhm.
That's not good coaching. And, you know, I'll never, ever, ever bash Doug. I'll go somewhere else to bash.
Mhm.
Deuce, Grow, who I absolutely cannot stand. I hope he gets waxed.
I think everyone on or at least everyone on our staff completely agrees that
Grow stinks.
Grow stinks. Yeah.
Grow is awful.
Grow is
He's
awful.
so vanilla,
Yeah, that
too.
dude's really bad.
Well,
Really bad.
I lost faith in Grow when he's like, yeah, I don't know how to use Golden Tate.
Yeah.
I
At that moment right there, I knew this
I-
dude wasn't an offensive coordinator.
I remember I was like sitting on my couch watching his press conference, and my jaw like dropped.
Yeah.
I'm like, you can't say that. Like you can't.
I
who
mean,
says something like
you
that?
can say it.
I mean,
'cause he
you can
said
say it, but
I mean,
it's just
it's just yeah, it's stupid to say.
yeah, because it incriminates you. You literally incriminated yourself.
Yeah. Good job, asshole.
Yeah, right.
You don't know how to use a guy that's on your team right now.
Yeah,
The best slot wide receiver in all
in,
of football.
in football.
It's kind of putting him down too.
Yeah,
It's like basically like, yeah, he's good, but he sucks.
yeah.
You know, it's like an oxymoron.
Man's a turf warrior.
Oh, big time. But what do you think about us getting Jalen Ramsey? Did you see anything that made you think that we don't need Jalen Ramsey?
And
No.
that
We need that dude bad.
also leads
And
to
very bad.
That also leads to our poll question as well. The Eagles need Jalen Ramsey. Emphasis on need.
Yeah.
Agree or disagree?
Oh, great.
I'll go first, and I agree.
Yeah.
I agree wholeheartedly
Yeah.
that we need Jalen Ramsey. Listen, when you get a guy like Jalen Ramsey, it's hard to find corners in this league like a Jalen Ramsey. And when you have the opportunity to get him on your team, even free agency wise, trade for him, you got to make that move, man.
Yeah,
you
you
got
have
to make
to.
that move.
You have to.
He shuts down the whole left side of the field, right side of the field. I don't even know what. I think he's a right
Any side of the
cornerback.
field, he'll shut you
Yeah.
down.
Yeah, he can really just follow anybody.
Yeah,
And he's
he'll shut you down, and our defensive pressure has been lacking this year.
Mm-hmm.
You know, as much as people want to say this was a great win, I still am that critic of negative thoughts. That you look on the field and you see that Aaron Rodgers completely sliced and diced us without a running back.
yeah.
So I think that's something you have to shoe up to make sure you make a run.
Mhm.
At least get a top-tier cornerback like Jalen Ramsey to shut down a whole side of the field for an elite quarterback like Tom Brady and like Russell Wilson. You
Yeah.
know, even Dak Prescott. Even though I don't think he's elite, but he'll still pick you apart if you don't get pressure. You know, so. That's something that we need to look at. And Howie Roseman, you're on the clock, buddy, because
You got 11 days to get it done.
yeah,
Yep.
we need you to do something, man. Because
At least
it's been
before
a
the trade
while.
deadline, anyway.
Yeah, we nice.
Yeah, like I said, it was a great win. Happy for the Birds, but I feel like we need more. Like we really do.
We need that one person to put us over the hump, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And tonight, like for me, it's not even just about like his ability on the field. It's that swagger that he brings to a defense. It's that attitude that he brings to a defense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dwayne Aldridge on YouTube says we got that W, and he agrees to the poll big time.
I don't get how anyone can't.
Yeah. I just don't understand the people that say, we don't need Jalen Ramsey. Well, then tell me what corner on the football team is better than Jalen Ramsey, and I'll wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Mike Klinkoff's talking shit to me on A2D Live. He's basically saying, "Wait, what was the comment?" I'll read your comment, Mikey, because
Yeah, they need Ramsey, but maybe better fans
that
than-
won't quit on their team in 3 games in. Hey, listen. I'll admit,
Love you, Clink.
I don't know if you saw this before the show. I don't know if you saw this during the show at the beginning of the segment we were talking about, but I admitted that I'm a bipolar Eagles fan. I watch the games, and if we're doing bad, I'm extremely negative, and if we're doing good, I think we're going to win the Super Bowl. So I don't think I'm the only one that thinks that way. I think there's a ton of Eagles fans that think that way, and that's why I mesh right in with the group. He's a Steelers fan. He has 6 rings, so, I mean, he's
He has every right to brag.
he's just like Kevin Godwin. He's like, hey, I'm a Pats fan, so I'm telling you what you need to know. I'm like, what the fuck? They're great guys. It's just
they're awesome.
you have to
guys.
understand my fanhood. Like I'm up and then I'm down. I'm up and then I'm down. It's like a roller coaster ride. It's it's a life of being a Philly fan.
Yeah.
That some people just don't understand.
And we saw that during our watch party at Pinsetters a couple weeks ago.
And I'll give you an example, Mikey. The life of a Philly fan, any sport, all right? Think about this. Going to Game 7 of the Sixers-Raptors game, you know how it's going to end. I literally said how it was going to end, and it ended on a bang, bang, bang buzzer beater. Kawhi Leonard, season over. Heartbreak.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm negative, because shit like that always happens. But no reason to be negative this week. We finally beat Rodgers, so
Which
whatever.
is huge. So
Hopefully that explains it.
I was really expecting a 2016 Rodgers when he came to the link and just completely
Destroyed us.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, on Monday Night Football?
That's what
I
I
was
was
there.
expecting.
Yeah.
It was brutal.
It's pretty
We were
bad.
wearing our black jerseys.
Yeah. I hate the black jerseys with a passion. I absolutely hate them.
Yeah.
Because the Eagles make like such a big deal about it, and then
Why do you hate the black jerseys?
I don't know. I just don't like it because they make such a big deal about it, and whenever we wear them, we always lose.
kind
so I
of
just-
marketing.
I don't know. I don't like it.
Tyler says, "Listen, dude. Unless Schwartz switches off of this stupid thought that zone defense heals everything. I think he's talking about Jalen Ramsey because he's not really a zone corner. He's more of
No.
a man-to-man.
Well, I think he's just talking about Schwartz's scheme in general, where they play like 5-10 yards off.
Yeah.
So,
He also says Grove's an idiot,
well, yeah.
which we could all agree with. He's a huge
Yep.
schmuck. Yeah.
Big time.
Yep.
Dwayne also says on YouTube that Sidney Jones has been playing like trash.
What's up, Dwayne?
I totally agree with you, brother. I had high hopes for Sidney this year
Yep.
to take the next step,
Yep.
and the dude can't stay healthy.
I
He
completely
can't
agree.
run 5 yards without tearing his hamstring.
That's a great comment by Dwayne. I completely agree.
I hated that pick ever since we signed.
And I see, in theory, I liked it because it was just like that potential of what he could be. But and I talked to my buddy about it.
We had Joe Mixon sitting right there, bro.
Yeah,
Right there.
I like Joe a lot too.
Yeah.
But my whole thing is with Sidney Jones, and I talked to my buddy about it the night after the game. I think I can officially say, bust material.
He sucks.
He's
Really?
He's garbage.
I'm
he stinks.
because he has like he's shown like little things here and there when he's healthy, but then it's like he takes 2 steps forward. He had an interception against Atlanta. He played well a little bit before, and then the Packers game he gets hurt again.
Yeah.
So it's just-
2 steps forward, 5 steps back.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I feel bad for the guy because he has talent. There's no doubt in my mind he has talent.
I don't
It's
feel
just, he
bad
just
for his
can't-
pocket.
Ugh.
I don't feel bad for his pocket at
Yeah,
all.
no.
You know? Anyone that says they feel bad for professional athletes, why? They get paid that more than anything you'll see in your lifetime. Like, there's no reason to feel bad for somebody.
Yeah, no.
Like, do you think they like go into a game saying, "Oh, I lost this game, but at least I don't have money." You know,
Right.
they have a ton of money to go like
Yeah.
fall back and cry on. It's not like something that it's a job to them.
Tyler also says only corner that has done decent is Douglas. And that's a stretch as well. And I'll tell you what,
Douglas
Rasul held his own against Devontae Adams.
He's
bro.
played real well.
Yeah.
He's played very, very well. For a safety,
Yeah.
he's played very well at
For
corner.
a 6'2" corner, yeah.
He's played very, very well.
Yeah, Douglas.
Yeah.
He looked like our best corner on Thursday.
He's
believe it or not.
what do you call it? He's been showing it like a lot this season. And my big thing is too, you might not hear certain player like you might not hear his name a lot, but that's not
he's
necessarily
there,
a bad.
though.
I'm saying that's not necessarily
Yeah.
a bad thing.
Yeah, it's not at all because it means that they're not talking about him because he's not messing up.
Yeah,
You know
exactly.
when they show the defensive coordinator on the sidelines and they're down a lot of points,
Mm-hmm.
they want to pinpoint the guy that's fucking up everything for the team at that point in time.
Right.
It's like this guy sucks.
Yeah.
That's what they're zoning in on.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't hear his name because he wasn't sucking.
Right.
You know. So
Well, it's like when Avonte Maddox went down at the end of the game. They targeted what's that kid's name that came up from the practice squad? Our cornerback. What the hell is his name?
I'm drawing
Oh,
a blank.
God. Craig James,
Craig James. Yeah.
Yeah.
No idea.
the one that get the last second. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's a hell of a moment for him, but at the same time, I don't think we'll see him again.
Yeah. It's done.
Yeah.
Turns into a Malcolm Butler.
Yeah, go somewhere
How
else, just
crazy.
balls
You
out.
never
Yeah.
know. Richard Sherman was a 5th-round pick.
Yeah, that's true too.
Yeah. Yes, he was.
I mean, there's a bunch of talent out there that even and I've talked to Chucks and I've talked to everyone about it. Just think about how many players and potential Hall of Famers the league has missed out on that just weren't highly recruited or
Yeah.
coming out like the
A
small
lot.
schools. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
A lot.
The league has probably missed out on hundreds and hundreds of Hall of Famers.
Dwayne on YouTube says Rasul Douglas, my favorite. He got that swagger.
Yep.
He says Rasul Douglas is a dog, and I totally agree, Dwayne. Totally agree.
Yeah.
That dude holds his own.
Oh, he does.
He got burnt a little bit in week 1 against the Redskins, and then he came back week 2 and week 3 and held his own.
Yeah.
And obviously this week against Green Bay
Mm-hmm.
too,
Uh,
because Maddox was getting torched.
If you can play him, if you can have him play presser just a little off, like probably 3-4 yards off,
Yeah.
he's fine. He's especially better, obviously, if you have like a safety over top just to help him a little bit. But for the most part, he can hold his own.
Yeah.
And he's shown that he's shown it this season.
Brodo on Facebook says Rasul only
What's up,
plays
Bri?
well when they are playing press coverage. Unfortunately, Jim rarely does that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you saw it this Sunday. I mean, Thursday night. Dude, I don't even know how many times we played 15 yards. It seems like he was playing 15 yards off the line.
Yeah.
Just mind-boggling, dude.
Yeah. And I don't know. And I talked about on Birds of a Feather before the game even started. The Schwartz's defense to me, at least since he plays off a lot, it really reminds me of Chip's last year here with his offense. It's just real simple.
Billy Davis.
Real simple, predictable,
Fucking Billy Davis.
nothing really unique.
That was my boy.
Bill Davis.
Oh, God damn.
Imagine having to coach a defense for 40 minutes of the game. You know how difficult
Yeah,
that
that's
is?
true too.
I remember the Tampa Bay game. The last year Chip was there, and he came out with his 3-4-4
Oh,
defense. That
we
was
got
the new improved.
murdered.
Renovate the wheel. Gonna do the whole new thing.
Doug
and
Martin
got
went off.
torched
No,
by Jameis Winston.
No, the best one was whenever we played on NBC, which was a lot for whatever reason. They would show the Eagles' offense clock, and then we were like losing by like 50, and like at the end of the game, they'd still have it on.
Yeah.
It's like at that point they were trolling us.
Yeah.
It was like, this guy sucks.
And then they would talk about our time of possession when we had the lowest time of possession in the league for however many years.
Yeah, but times have changed. You
Yeah.
know, we look like a winning culture now, so
Thank God.
it's about time. I mean, how long could you go with being a losing franchise? I mean,
Yeah.
it's got to turn around eventually, right?
I mean, dude, I thought the same thing about the Browns this year, but they're still.
They're not bad. They need some offensive line help. But-
And I don't like their head coach.
Freddie Kitchens.
I don't.
There's
like
no
him.
reason to like him.
4th down and 9 runs a draw play. What an idiot.
There's no reason to like him. Who is he?
Yeah,
like
I don't know.
you know, it could be a diamond in the rough, but he's not. So, I mean, the Rams are a good team. Let's not take anything away from the Rams.
Mhm.
Like they're a really good team. They have Clay Matthews on the cheap, you know, and he's still balling out.
He's still playing well.
Yeah. So and you have Goff getting off the ball in a second.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of tough to defend that.
Well, the big thing now is that they have Cooper Kupp back, and Cooper Kupp
Yeah.
looks like
Slot receiver.
He looks like he never tore his knee. He looks like he never tore his ACL. He looks better than he did before.
Yeah, he does.
It looks like the same exact player.
Maybe better.
He's just a fantastic talent.
Yeah, they have
He's so
Robert
good.
Woods. They have
Robert Woods is good too.
Brandon Cooks,
Brady Cooks.
top 5 wide receiver.
No,
Eh.
absolutely not.
I never I never really fell in love with Brandon Cooks.
Yeah.
Like I like him as like a down the field guy, but other than that, I don't know.
Well, Tyler says, listen, Schwartz gives too much time, too much space for really good wideouts to strive. I mean,
It's true, though.
It is true.
It's true.
I mean, you know, you look at Jim Schwartz, and he likes to play off the ball a lot, and he doesn't like the blitz. And there's reasons why he doesn't like the blitz. I understand it because any quarterback that plays in the National Football League, I don't care if you're bad, good, average, or phenomenal. All right? Any QB that's in the National Football League can pick up a blitz and throw a good ball.
Yeah.
All right? You're playing who? Falk next week against the Jets? If you
Luke Falk.
Yeah, if
Jesus
I would just
Christ.
blitz him all day.
No, but if you don't put pressure on him, he's going to tear you apart.
Oh yeah, well that you can say that with any quarterback.
A
If
high
you-
school quarterback could tear you apart.
Right. If you don't put pressure on a quarterback, then yeah, no, I hear you.
And that's where I'm like kind of like slowing down this whole momentum shift because I saw a lot of good in the Thursday game, but I also saw a lot of bad in Sunday's game.
Right.
You know, I want to see consistency out of this team. You know, that was a great win. It was kind of unexpected. I didn't think we'd win. But this next game against the Jets, yes, are we huge favorites? Of course. But we should blow this team out.
Yeah.
Like, this team is not good.
Yeah.
And if we don't blow this team out, it'll worry me. You know, and if we lose this game, forget about it.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things I want to see going into the Jets game. I know it's 10 days from now.
They have
But-
plenty of time to prepare.
Yeah, but it's just one of those games where it's like, you know, if these motherfuckers come into
Somehow,
the link
yeah.
and somehow play with us,
Mm-hmm.
I won't be happy. And I set myself up for that because I could see it happen.
No, and
Good
it's
old Luke Falk
it's
comes
gonna,
over and throws for 400 yards.
500
Could you imagine?
career day.
Everyone will be
If
like,
that happens, Joe, Jim's got to go. Jim's got to go.
Jim has
Yeah.
to go. I completely
You can't
agree.
let a 4-string quarterback roll into the link and do that.
Well, I mean, aside from Robbie Anderson, who do they really have at wide receiver?
I don't even know.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, they have Le'Veon Bell, who's a wide receiver, running back, and
Yeah.
blocks. So
But I mean, aside from the
they're going to use him a lot.
no, and as they should, but like aside from the first game with him as a Jet, he hasn't really, at least to me, he hasn't really
Yeah.
done too much.
No, he hasn't. And they just have never beaten us in their franchise's history.
No, and I want to keep that streak alive.
Ryan said Schwartz's defense doesn't put the players in the best position to succeed. Add that to the
Yep.
fact that a majority of our secondary players aren't good enough.
Mm-hmm.
That's why back end of the defense has been so poor for the last few years.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about, like I just said, Jim Schwartz, you know, him not wanting to blitz makes him more like a strategizer, I would say.
Yeah.
You know, he wants to make sure he puts his players in the best position to succeed.
Right.
And sometimes he just tries too much. Now,
Yeah.
I look at Jim Schwartz, and, you know, every single time I look at him, I think of Billy Bob Thornton.
Billy Bob Thornton.
Yeah, like
I can see it. Yeah.
I just look at him like from Friday Night Lights.
Yeah.
And Yeah, I mean, I don't hate Jim Schwartz. A lot of people think he's not really a good coach. I disagree. I think Jim Schwartz is half decent. I don't think he's terrible, but there's times where I think he tries too much and it just doesn't work out.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
But he's not terrible.
Well, my big issue with him, and we saw it during the Packers game, the first half, and just with him these past couple of years, he's just stubborn.
Yeah.
He's real stubborn, and then come the second half, he made crucial adjustments, which were huge to.
And this is
beating
why
the
we need
Packers.
Jalen Ramsey, because you have Jalen Ramsey on Julio, that last play their last possession of the game where they scored. That doesn't happen.
Right.
That's why we need Ramsey. Any other cornerback that was on Julio that game, he would have scored the same way.
Right.
So it's just one of those fluke plays that happened, and I do really think we need Jalen Ramsey. We need to sign him at whatever cost.
Yeah.
And I think there's going to be like some sort of ransom when it comes to the Jags, and they're going to ask for all of our assets, and I don't know how much they're going to ask.
I don't know, bro. The longer they wait on this dude,
The less, yeah.
the less
no,
the
I
Packers.
agree.
Well, his wife's pregnant out of nowhere.
His wife's having a kid out of nowhere.
Now he's got back problems. His ankle's hurt.
He had a flu.
I just don't think he wants to be there, bro.
No, well, that was
doesn't.
that was the clear indication once he said. Well, once he said he had the flu and he was sick, I'm like, all right, cool, whatever.
Yeah.
He calls out of work. Everybody does it. No big deal.
Yeah.
And then the next day he comes, or a couple days later comes back. He's like, yeah, I can't practice. My back hurts.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, the next day he's like, oh, I'm flying back to Nashville because my wife's having it, or my girlfriend, whoever's having a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that just tells me.
Yeah,
he
I
doesn't wanna
literally
be there.
just found out about it. I got to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, yeah,
Deuces.
yeah. He just it's plain and simple, and I feel bad for what do you call it, the owner Shad Khan, because he really loves Jalen Ramsey and he wants him to be a career Jaguar, but it's just Ramsey doesn't have his heart in it, and he just doesn't want to be there.
Doesn't.
Henry on YouTube says,
What's up, Henry?
Rasul is good guarding big body wide receivers. Do you agree with that?
I don't disagree with it.
I mean, I don't disagree with it either.
Yeah. I mean, it's just one of those. It's Rasul. I like Rasul. I think
I like Rasul a lot.
from West Virginia.
Yeah.
So he guarded a lot of not really Wait, he was in the Big 12, wasn't he?
Whatever conference West
Virginia.
Virginia's conference is.
Big 12.
I have no clue.
I think it's Big 12, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
So he was guarding a lot of speedy wide receivers in the
Yeah.
Big 12.
And he had 7 touchdowns his last year. 7 interceptions.
He,
last year.
he led the league in interceptions when he came out for the draft.
Yep.
So
Yeah, I mean, the whole big body wide receiver I kind of disagree with because he was used to defending a lot of speedy wide receivers in college. And now you put him up against big wide receivers, I don't think it's kind of like a match. I don't see – who said that?
Henry.
I have to disagree with that. I kind of have to disagree with the big body receivers because every single time you put someone on a big body receiver that was used to – defending a speedy receiver, I just don't see how you make that comparison. It's just that's a little bit of a weird one to me. But if you can make an example of that, Henry, and bring it up on the show, I'll read it and then I'll take it into account.
Also, Flash says, I agree.
What's up,
I can't
Flash?
be too pumped with how terrible our defense is going on with the Jets game.
Oh yeah,
Right.
Well,
No, I
I'm right there
completely
with
agree.
you. Everyone's like, "Oh, Super Bowl back on," and I'm like, "Hold your horses."
calm down a little
Seriously,
bit.
calm down. Is Green Bay good? Yeah, they were 3-0. We never beat them before, but let's be honest, they had some flaws.
Yeah.
They had some major flaws.
Philly 500 on YouTube also says, yo, everybody, how we
Ooh,
doing?
that's my
What's up?
boy.
We need Jalen Ramsey. Jalen said trade request still stands on the radio.
yeah.
Yeah, he was on the, God, I forget whose podcast it was.
I know what you're talking about.
yeah,
I
he, was,
read the story a
he
couple
did his
days
own
ago.
podcast.
Wait,
Yeah.
who?
Jalen Ramsey.
Jalen Ramsey.
Went on his own podcast.
Yeah, it was his own podcast.
Yeah.
And
What's up?
he was saying
He
that
said once the
you
front office is damaged and both,
and you
it's-
lose trust
yeah.
or something like that, you lose faith in someone, it's best to
Yeah.
just move
Move
on.
on.
And then he said his trade request still stands.
What's up, Philly 500? He
So.
big time YouTuber.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go off of what you just said. He wants Jalen Ramsey. Everyone wants Jalen Ramsey. You need to get Jalen Ramsey. And when someone like Philly 500 says you need Jalen Ramsey, you need Jalen Ramsey because this guy's been on the whole time. He's been with this team. He has predicted a lot of things that a lot of people haven't. That's why he's so good at what he does. And I'm not trying to plug him. I'm just being honest. I would love to see what he thinks about this team going down the road. Because right now I'm kind of like in between.
Right.
I'm kind of like there, but I'm not because we lost to the Lions.
Mhm.
And, you know, that's if you're a good team, you shouldn't lose to bad teams like that.
Yeah, but again, sometimes it just happens. Like, look at the Patriots and the Dolphins a couple years ago. They got that lucky win.
Yeah,
And
but they never succeed down in Miami. I
no,
mean,
I
And then
understand
also
that.
look at last year with the Bills and the Vikings in week 2.
Yeah,
And the Vikings absolutely got destroyed at home.
yeah, they were
to,
17-point underdogs.
to the Bills.
Josh Allen hurdled the guy.
Yeah, for a touchdown.
Yeah, but they have more substance than the Miami Dolphins had this year.
Yeah.
Brodo on Facebook also says, even if we somehow don't get Ramsey, there are a few other names I could see Eagles potentially trading for. One is Chris Harris, Dory Jackson, or even Patrick Robertson.
Patrick
Robinson, my
From
bad.
from where? I'm trying to that name's drawing a blank.
Patrick Robinson. He was our cornerback.
Oh,
for
P-Rob. Yeah.
Our
P-Rob.
slot corner.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I was like,
Well-
what the fuck?
Well,
You know,
what do you call it? Because I know he signed with the. I know he signed with the Saints. Did they release him or?
I'm not sure. I
Yeah,
think he's still there.
Because I remember he got hurt like his first. What do you call it? The first game with the Saints, and then
Yeah.
I haven't heard from him since. I don't know if they cut him or what happened. Now Patrick Peterson, it's a little interesting to me because I kind of have like this perspective to where he got suspended for PEDs. And don't get me wrong, before he got suspended, he's the best corner, arguably the best corner in football. But
who?
Patrick Peterson.
P2. To me, was back in 2014, 2015.
He's still one of the better corners in the league, though.
I think Jalen Ramsey's the best.
Oh
No,
I agree
no.
with that.
I think there's two.
Okay.
Jalen Ramsey and Stephon Gilmore.
Yeah. I
Those are the
figured.
two.
Gilmore's a stud.
He's always
Yeah.
been a stud.
Stud.
Though. He's always been a stud.
Yeah, he is. Stephon Gilmore's nasty.
But see, my thing with Patrick Peterson is like after him getting suspended for PEDs, that
6
just
games.
yeah. Well, that just leads me to question to where how long was
Does
he
he have
doing
left? Yeah.
Well, not even how long does he have left. It's just with the PEDs in question, how long was he on the PEDs when he was having his success? You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Now, I want to see how he responds when he comes back. I hope I'm wrong on that. He's still the same player, but if he's not, that kind of, to me, that hurts his legacy to me a little
Yeah.
bit. But I hope he comes back.
Go
and
Eagles
just
on
balls out.
YouTube. Go Eagles on YouTube says this team will smash the Jets because they'll be fully healthy. Will they be? I mean, we need Deshaun Jackson back. Like,
And I think he'll be back this week.
yeah,
Get a whole 11 days off.
I mean, see, like even then, I wouldn't bring him back
you'd
just
rest
because it's
them.
yeah,
because the
I would
Jets.
rest him.
But you
and
can't
then
think like that. That's all this mindset thing where you don't bring it back because it's a bad team at home.
right.
That's how you lose.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
fair too.
You
That's
know,
fair.
that's how you end up losing games. You know,
Right.
you have to have every single one of your starting players in there if they're healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you have a bad game, that could fuck up your whole season. Now, granted, it's an AFC team, so the conference game really won't matter. But I don't want to lose games like that. That's stupid. And Philly 500 on YouTube says, I think we changed our season, but if we don't fix our season, I'm afraid we are a playoff team, but it won't be enough. We have to fix the secondary. The only corner I want is Xavier Howard.
That's a good one too. But I'm hearing he could be one of the untouchables for the Dolphins.
Yeah, but why?
I don't know.
They're
I
a
don't know. I
dumpster
don't get
fire.
it.
They
I
should
don't get
tank. He also said, I don't want Peterson too old. Makes sense. Jalen Ramsey is what we need because of his swagger and the respect
Yep, I said
Schwartz
it.
would have to give him.
Yep, I said it.
Yeah.
But you have the thing is too. You have to kind of change your scheme a little bit for Ramsey
Mhm.
and the rest of the cornerbacks.
Dwayne Aldridge says, I want
What's up, Dwayne?
Ramsey. Patrick Peterson is suspended and he's too old. And Philly 500 said, I say get Ramsey or Xavier Howard. Has to be one of the two.
Okay.
I'm saying just one. I'd say Ramsey.
I mean, if somehow magically we can get both,
Yeah.
that will completely change my perspective on the season. But again, I mean, even if we get one, it'll kind of change my perspective a little bit. But
Yeah, but you know what? See, I don't really follow the Miami Dolphins because that's not what I do. I'm just not a Dolphins follower.
yeah,
But Xavier Howard,
he's
like,
really good.
is he like a Pro Bowl type cornerback?
He's really good.
Because
I think he's been to a Pro Bowl or two in his day. I think I could be wrong.
But he's on a team where they're letting up like 30 points a game.
Yeah,
It's
no,
like,
I get that, but at the same time, when you have no one else around you, there's only really so much you can do.
I guess. I mean, I don't know. Like, Jacksonville to me isn't that great of a team. I mean, granted, they have A.J. Boye on the other side and they have Ramsey on one side, but
Mhm.
they're not a great team. And
Who the
they're still
Jags?
shutting down people.
Yeah,
Like, that's what I want to see. The Miami Dolphins aren't shutting down anybody.
well, that's because they got rid of everybody too. So now it's just it's just a mess.
Yeah. Mile High's like Ramsey's a shutdown corner. Absolutely.
Yep.
Any Philly 500 says no. I don't mean get both. I want one.
One or the
of
other.
two. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I just want one.
No,
of
that's
them as
fine.
well. Yeah,
That's
yeah,
perfectly
totally.
fine. I mean, if we end up not getting Ramsey, you got to go at least theoretically. You got to go all in for Xavier Howard.
Mm-hmm.
Mike Klein says on Facebook, "Hello from Tampa, Florida, home of the."
That's a plug.
Yeah, I'm not going to read the website.
Sorry, buddy.
Home of Tampa Phillies of the South since 1995. Numbers in the hundreds.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to read the website, go ahead and read. No, not you.
Yeah,
But-
I'm not going
But
to.
if you guys in the comment section want to read the website, go ahead. But we can't share plugs on the station. We just can't
Yeah,
do
no.
it. Unless you pay. You know? That's about it.
Yeah, if you want to be an advertiser, give us a call. But
Yeah.
other than that,
We'll advertise the shit out of your product.
yeah. But other than that,
Yeah.
no.
What
else we got?
Ryan said some things. Tyler's saying some things. Okay, so he says Ryan says he's with the Saints, not getting a lot of playing time. We could get him for a late round pick.
I mean, I wouldn't be.
he has chemistry here.
Yeah, I wouldn't be against bringing him back. He had one of his best years here, so I mean, I don't see why not. Again, he's older, and like Rye said in the other comment, it's a Band-Aid option, which I'm not against.
Yeah. I'm not against it either. You know, I would love to bring back P-Rob because he brought a lot of memories back with that pick 6.
In the NFC Championship game.
Yeah, I'd bring him back. I'd bring him back on a prove it deal.
Mhm.
Why not? You know, I mean, our secondary's not good anyway, so
Right.
why not just bring him back?
Yeah, I don't see what it hurt. I mean, if we can get him for a late round pick, I'd be for it all day. I mean, bringing back Orlando Scandrick helps a little bit. It's a veteran corner, but at the same time, he's old. His best days are behind him. But again,
Yeah. Mile High 6 something says, Ramsey. Sorry, I don't speak. What is that? The letters, the numerics.
oh
Yeah, I don't really understand. Ramsey plays my Broncos this week, so I'll keep an eye on him. He's not playing.
yeah, he's not playing.
Yeah.
So
He's home with his pregnant wife of 2 days.
allegedly,
Yeah. So.
I mean, if you guys want to give us Chris Harris, by all means, I'll take Chris Harris.
Yeah.
If you guys want to hop on the phone right now, I'll gladly take Chris Harris from you.
Chris Harris is pretty decent.
I love Chris Harris.
Yeah. But I don't know. I mean, I only want Ramsey. I don't care about anybody else. You know, if we get Xavier Howard, I'd be like, yay, but it won't be the guy that I want.
Yeah, it's not the sexy. What do you call it?
Yeah,
I mean,
no,
it
it's
helps.
not.
It helps
It's
a
not
little
even
bit, but it's
close.
not like the sexy pickup of the
Yeah.
before the trade
Totally
deadline.
agree. So this is what Jalen Ramsey said on his podcast.
There we go.
He said, "I'm not sure if I played my final game for the Jags yet
Yeah, sure.
or not, but my trade request still stands. For me, respect is a huge thing.
Mm-hmm.
Once respect is lost for both parties, I think it's time to part ways."
And that's what do you call it? That's very well said on his part.
What do you guys think about the Orlando Scandrick signing? Philly 500 thinks he stinks.
I mean,
he's terrible.
again, it's a Band-Aid. That we don't really have much of a choice on this.
Didn't we sign him before and then cut him?
We signed him and then we released him. Yeah,
Yes, we cut
It
him.
was like a camp body, wasn't he?
that's basically what
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah. I mean, it's not really impressive. You need to go get someone that gets up in someone's face.
Yeah,
And he ain't it.
no,
No.
not anymore. Anyway, he's
No.
he's just not what he used to be.
Yeah, we got to be, he says we got to be all in for Ramsey. We have to be,
Yeah, I agree.
100%. I'm not disagreeing.
Well, even what do you call it? Like the thing is too, people are thinking for this season, but just long term, you have a shut down corner, and long term you can build your team around. You can build your defense around him, and then you might eventually have one of the better defenses in the league especially with Jalen Ramsey. So it just helps, but. Money is a concern, but at the same time, since we have Howie, he's a cap god, so that doesn't really bother me as far as.
Yeah, I mean,
All
he's
that
a
goes.
cap guy, he's an accountant, he's a dork, whatever you
And
want to
he's
call him.
24 years old, Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah, he hasn't even hit.
24.
He hasn't even hit his prime yet.
No.
No.
He
No,
hasn't.
not a shot.
He hasn't even hit his prime yet.
Insane.
Yeah.
That's scary.
Yeah, and he was just almost in the Super Bowl 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you guys could say whatever you want about the guy, but I'm all in on Jalen Ramsey. You
Yeah,
know,
I am
and
too.
As Rutgers just sucks again, and I gave up.
24-0. Kyle's a Rutgers fan for people that aren't aware.
Huge Rutgers fan, and so embarrassing. But it is what it is. I'll always be a fan, but, you know. it's just not good
LSU's on a
product.
bye week this week. We're all chilling.
I
We're
hope, I
relaxing.
hope they smack into the ground. Fuck them. Burrows. Just wait till they play Bama. It'll
Dude,
be all
I
right.
can't wait.
Ultimate Bama fest.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Maybe we'll have a watch party here.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Bama and LSU.
I'm so excited.
Roll Tide. Let's go.
defeat the evil empire of college football.
Yeah, they're perfectly ran though. You know,
Mhm.
Saban is like, yeah, we're gonna smack these guys.
Oh,
with the ground.
it's just. See,
He
my
used to coach there too.
yeah. See, yeah, I know, and he said on an interview, he's like, that's one thing, one of his biggest regrets. He says he wishes he never left LSU.
Why?
It's just the culture that they have there. It's just different compared to like a bunch of other.
But he
schools.
wins like every other year.
No, I know.
Alabama.
Obviously now he's not going to leave.
He has more wins than Bear Bryant.
Yeah,
which
it's
is
crazy.
nuts, which is nuts.
Philly 500 on YouTube says, what would you guys be willing to give up? I said I would trade Ertz if I had to. But
Oh
people
yes,
don't like that. I would.
yes,
Wow.
yes.
All right.
That
So-
guy is Phil. Is that Philly 500?
Yeah.
Smart ass
right.
motherfucker.
So
Dude, I love that guy. All right, hold on one second.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Jake.
you're good.
Anyone that doesn't want to trade Zach Ertz for Jalen Ramsey, if you're talking straight up, you need to get your head checked. Zach Ertz, is he a good player? Yes. Very good player, catches everything coming his way. He doesn't run after he catches the ball. He can't block. He's a small tight end. All right? Why wouldn't you go get a cornerback? That cornerbacks are hard to find in the beginning. Why wouldn't you want to trade Jalen Ramsey, who shuts down half the field, which we really need right now, when you don't really need Zach Ertz? Like, Zach Ertz is a very good player, but at the same time, he doesn't really do anything to help us win down the road. Like, he catches short-term passes. He gets the first down. I understand that, but when we need more than a first down, we need someone to go deep down the field, he can't do it.
No, he's not a yak guy. And he never was.
No. So, yeah,
That's
I
not
would do
gonna
it.
Change now.
And I think it would open up – well, I'm not going to say it would open up the field more because he does open up a lot of positions down the field. And it's not really tough for me. I agree with Philly 500. I would trade Zach Ertz for Jalen Ramsey straight up.
Like,
I would.
If it's for Jalen Ramsey straight up,
Yeah.
ugh.
You're really going to have to think about that?
Yeah,
Really?
I'd have to consider it. I'd definitely consider it.
Really?
But I have to, what do you call it? I'd have to put a little bit more in the deal because I want Calais Campbell too.
Put this into retrospect. We have Dallas Goedert, who looked good yesterday
Yeah.
or on Thursday, all right? Ertz is 29 years old.
Right.
Ramsey is 24.
Right. No, I hear you.
Corners are hard to find.
Right. No, I
Tight
agree.
ends are not.
And
Straight up.
And I think Goddard's
Really?
our tight end of the future. So I mean, I don't know.
Really?
Like in my heart of hearts, I
What do you think about that, Ralphie?
it's tough.
It's tough. It
Yeah,
is tough.
it's real
Is
tough.
it really
It is tough.
though?
It's real tough.
Like a lot of listen, I know a lot of fans like to be stuck on players, but you have to understand it's a business, and Ramsey will
Right.
make your defense that much better.
No, I agree.
Immediately.
I agree.
Zach Ertz,
I-
good player, but he's not really that type of player that
He's not like a Travis Kelce or like
no,
no, I hear
he's
you.
not,
I hear you.
and it's like
To me, he's a glorified wide receiver. But I'm not discounting anything. He still makes plays.
he does.
But
He
it's
catches
just-
everything coming his way.
Yeah.
And I'm not disagreeing with that, but I don't know. I don't think it's that hard.
Yeah.
Like Philly 500 says, I'd drive Ertz to Jacksonville. I'd pack his bags.
See, I feel like it's one of those things where, like, if I think about it, I might be a little shaky. But I feel like once it happens, I'll be like, all right, let's go.
Because he helped win a Super Bowl. I understand that.
Yeah,
And that's the
exactly.
thing with
And-
Foles.
and
That's
that-
why I love Foles. But it's like sometimes you have to see what's better for the team.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people like to hook their emotions on the players, and that's not me.
Ryan
you know,
says
if I
no.
see a better opportunity on the player,
Ryan says no.
who?
Ryan says no.
I mean,
I get it,
People
yeah.
like different players, and I understand.
I mean,
that.
I don't want to get rid of him.
Yeah, but Ertz for Ramsey, fucking pack his bags.
That's tough.
Get him the hell out of here.
That's really tough.
It's not.
Just because he's one of
It's
our top
not.
offensive players, that's just to me. That's how I look at it.
Ramsey's a stud, bro.
Oh no, I agree. I'm not
Stud.
discounting anything. Speaking of studs,
Oh, Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence,
Yeah. He should be in the NFL right now.
he really should.
Yeah. Yeah, that's like his favorite quarterback.
You want to talk about a quarterback that's pro ready? He's ready.
Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
no doubt
Well,
in
he
my
beat Bama on the national stage in his first year.
In his
so,
freshman year.
yeah.
Man's a stud.
Nothing on YouTube. I think, but I mean, yeah, that's a no-brainer for me. Like, I don't like to hurt people's feelings. You know me. I'm a very nice guy, but like,
I might be butchering your name, but Nicholas Esbenshade, I think that's how you say it. Esbenshade.
it's been shady.
I don't know. Like I could be wrong, but nonetheless, Nick says at least Ertz would be with Foles eventually, whenever Nick returns, which is rumored to be week 11. But again, yeah,
We got some update on Jalen Ramsey, by the way.
What is it?
This is from Tom Pelissero from the
Okay.
NFL Network.
Yep.
I'm told cornerback Jalen Ramsey is on the team playing and headed with the Jaguars to Denver. His status for tomorrow is still
might
up in the
play.
air due to the back issue, which had him listed as questionable on the
Okay.
game status report. So he might be playing tomorrow.
Ryan on Facebook says, I'm removing Wentz's number 1 receiving option. I'll trade any.
It's one of his top options, yeah.
Yeah, and that's the problem, okay? I feel without Ertz, he would spread his wings that much more. Because sometimes he zones in on Ertz way too much. That just bothers me. It's like when you zone in on a player as much as he does with Ertz, it's like you miss other options down the field.
No, I get that.
And if you get rid of Ertz, you could see these other players wide open in the middle of the field. And Ertz isn't that type of player. Like I've said like numerous times just to you in this last 10 minutes. Ertz isn't that type of player that if you zone in on, you expect him to make a big play because he's not that type of guy.
Right.
You know, if you get rid of him, most of your other receivers on the field can make big plays.
Yeah.
You know, you're not just going for that first down anymore. You're going for that splash.
Right.
And I think that's the problem that lies within this fan base. You know, everyone sees Ertz as this great player when he's not. He's not a great player.
I think he's a great player.
He's a good player.
He's a great player.
He's a good player. All right? And I know I'm going to take a lot of heat from that, but when you're in the NFL and you can't get yards after the catch, that is majorly concerning. Like, and I'm not saying that we should get rid of the guy, but when the opportunity presents itself to get the best cornerback in the league, yeah, I am.
It's really, really tough. Like, just thinking about it, it's really, really tough because at the end of the day, he's a playmaker, and like we talked about earlier, he helped us win the Super Bowl. He got the game-winning touchdown in the Super Bowl. So it's just, I don't know. It's tough.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I just see a different side of it, but and he responded. He said, "I'd rather see Carson throw the ball to someone who has the ability to catch the ball, not someone like Hollins, Nelson, or JJ. But that's why we have Alshon. We have Deshaun Jackson coming back. He even threw the Sproles at one point.
Yeah,
that was weird. But
well, I mean, Hollins he converted. I think it was like a third.
Hollins stinks.
Yeah, I agree.
Hollins stinks.
I agree.
I think Nelson Aguilar is in his own head, but when he isn't in his own head, he's a damn good player.
Speaking of players that went missing,
yeah,
Aguilar didn't have a catch.
He didn't have a catch. Yeah. But Nelson, if he's not in his own head, he's a damn good player.
Oh, yes.
And JJ, we don't really know much about JJ
See,
yet.
receivers. The thing is with receivers in the league, they take a while.
They do.
They take a while to develop, unless you're like one of those top tier, like Amari Coopers or something like that.
Right.
Now, again, this is all hypothetical, but going into next season, it doesn't look like the Cowboys are going to re-sign Amari Cooper.
They can't afford everybody.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, would you consider possibly bringing in Amari Cooper?
Depending on our circumstance, yeah. I mean, we'll still have Alshon Jeffrey unless we trade him somewhere.
Well, his money's guaranteed for next year.
Yeah,
it's
so
fully
he'll be
guaranteed
back.
for next year. So yeah, he's definitely going to be back.
Yeah. Ryan said Hollins ran the worst route in NFL history on Thursday.
Oh, that was awful.
Yeah.
He literally stopped running his route and just looked back.
Hollins, what has Hollins done in his NFL career other than that stupid backpack dance?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah.
He had that big,
Nothing.
He had that big catch against Washington, and that
Dude
was it.
stinks.
Yeah.
That was really it.
Always has stunk.
He's a special teams guy, and that's really all that it is.
But
And
he even said
He'd
he'd
rather
I was
rather
going to
play
say, he'd
special
rather play
teams.
special teams.
Yeah, he even said that.
I'm like, all right,
What a
well,
loser.
What a baller.
you just screwed yourself out of
Yeah.
millions of dollars
Yep. Good job, bud.
because you're not going to get like crazy money
But that's the problem I have with the coaching. You know, when he says something like that, why is he on the field?
Yeah. No, I agree.
He doesn't want to be on the field. He wants to play special teams.
Yeah.
Why are you putting him out there as a wide receiver option?
I don't know.
Makes no sense to
get
me.
it.
But I don't know. Our wide receiver coach sucks. I don't know his name. I don't really dig that deep.
Yeah.
If I looked it up, I'd probably not even care.
No.
But yeah, I mean, I can't disagree with what he's saying, but at the same time, I just don't see anything that big in Ertz. I mean, I wish he ran after the catch a little bit more.
Well, I think everyone would want that, but
Yeah. We didn't even know if he was alive for the entirety of last season. Yeah,
It's
I
true.
mean, he was hurt.
Is it true?
He was hurt.
Well,
he was nowhere to be found.
he was gone for what? It felt like 2 years he was
2
gone.
years, dude.
It felt like 2 years he was gone.
Yeah, Holland shouldn't be saying anything. I'm agreeing with Ryan a lot today, which is kind of odd, but I mean, it's The only thing I'm disagreeing with is the whole Zach Ertz thing.
Mhm.
You know, it's I just don't see anything big in the Zach Ertz thing. I don't. I mean, if it gets you Jalen Ramsey on this football team, yeah, I'd do it in a second.
Yeah,
I know it's tough.
It's tough.
I know it's tough,
really
but come on,
tough.
Jalen Ramsey's so good, man.
No, I hear you.
Like, he's so good. Like, you put him on this team, we don't lose.
Mhm.
It's that simple.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
Yeah.
Coming up against it, so let's get into our Week 4 picks.
Okay.
So let's see here. Let me get the schedule up. I'm not going to do point spreads. I'm just going to do straight up. Okay, so Redskins versus Giants. I got the Giants.
Redskins.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nope, Giants.
Yeah, I got the Giants.
All right, it's funny because they came out with a report. If the Redskins lose to the Giants, Jay Gruden's gone.
EJ Gruden's most
Double
likely getting
down
fired.
on the Giants.
You think
Yeah.
so?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
0-4 start.
Yeah.
You hate to see it.
Yeah.
Daniel Jones is good, man.
Oh no, I liked him coming out of college, and people.
You did.
Yeah, I liked him coming out of college. He has a solid arm. He has a cannon.
He lost
for an arm.
59-7 to Wake Forest.
That's all right. It's all right. He threw 4 touchdowns in his debut. Nonetheless, it was against a Tampa Bay Buccaneers team, but nonetheless, in your first game, that's still impressive.
Hashtag nonetheless.
Without without Saquon.
Yep.
But anyway, I like Daniel Jones going into I like Daniel Jones going into Sunday.
Yeah.
Chiefs against the Lions. Chiefs.
Chiefs. It's in the dome too, bro.
Yeah, it is in the dome. So Patrick Mahomes should go off.
500 yards from Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, Patrick Mahomes should go off.
Jesus
yeah, the Chiefs
Christ.
are going to win.
This is going to be his first time ever playing in a dome.
Oh, really? In the NFL, this is his
Yep.
first. Really?
So that can be nope, they're going to win. I'm not even going to go into that.
yeah, no.
If they lose, that would be weird.
That would be really weird.
Yeah. Not even going to go that far.
Yeah, because it doesn't even look like they're missing Tyreek Hill at all. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tennessee against the Falcons.
Falcons.
Ryan said, Ertz had a play where he ran for half a yard on Thursday.
I saw it.
Very proud of him.
I saw it.
Yeah.
Player had
Almost shed a tear.
his arm wrapped around Ertz's leg, and he dragged him like half a yard. I was proud of him.
Yeah.
Bless you. Dying a little bit
Hey.
over there.
Yeah, I'm good. Voice is killing me.
I can tell. Browns versus the Ravens.
Ravens.
But again, a division game's always tough too.
Browns versus Ravens.
Yeah, I got Ravens.
Ravens.
Raiders against the Colts.
Colts.
Yeah, I got Colts.
Where is it?
In Indianapolis.
Colts.
Yeah, I got Colts. Jacoby Brissett continues to be hot.
Yeah, he'll fall off.
No, he won't.
Yeah, he will.
Probably. Patriots against the Bills.
Oh, Pats.
Yeah.
Upset Bills.
You think?
Yep. Bills are at home. They look decent. Josh Allen, he was a huge Brady fan growing up, so he wants to go against them. I'm going to say Bills in an upset. I think it's an off game for the Patriots, and the Bills always try to play them tough, no matter even if they end up losing.
Okay.
Upset Bills.
Cam Newton's possible future successor, Kyle Allen,
Nope.
going against the Houston Texans.
Nope. Houston
Yeah.
Texans.
Yeah, give me the Texans.
Yeah, I got the
That
Texans.
defense is loaded.
Yeah. Even without Clowney, they're still loaded.
Yeah.
Chargers against the Dolphins.
Chargers. Melvin Gordon might play, by the way.
Dolphins. No.
I doubt it.
Chargers.
I doubt he'll play.
Thank God, because I can use Austin Eckler for one more week.
Yeah, exactly.
The Dolphins do have to win eventually, though.
Dude, I'm so mad.
they're-
Dude, I got
they're-
Austin
they're
Eckler
gonna
on my
get
fantasy
one.
team, dude.
Yeah.
I got Austin Eckler on my fantasy team.
Dude, you got to trade him. You got to try and find someone that has no
God
clue
damn
what's
it.
going on.
Ryan, what are you doing, bro? you want Austin Eckler?
Well, because his production's
I
about to go down.
gotta give a quick shout out to Rye for last week for giving me, or a couple weeks ago for giving me Mike Evans.
Yeah.
Woo!
That was big.
Won me last week. Got me like 40-something points.
Oh, yeah?
Stud. Buccaneers against the Rams.
Rams.
Where is it at?
Los Angeles.
Los Angeles.
Rams.
Seattle against the Cardinals.
Seattle. Kyler Murray stinks. Seattle. Stop second guessing yourself. Seattle. It's in Seattle, right?
No, it's in the. It's in
Doesn't
Arizona.
matter.
It's in
It's
the
in
toaster.
Arizona.
Doesn't matter.
Tough place to play.
Does not matter.
See, my thing is too. It's a division game, so these games are always close.
Yeah.
And you know what? Is Seattle really that good? They just lost to Teddy Bridgewater at home.
See, as
Doesn't
long
matter. Kyler Murray stinks.
I don't think he stinks.
as long as they have Russell Wilson, they'll always have a
Upset
chance.
Cardinals. I'm not even
I'm
thinking
trying
about
to-
upset
I'm
Cardinals.
trying to think. Yeah, you know what? Give me the Cardinals. Why not?
Yeah.
Vikings versus Bears. I got the
Bears.
I got the
Vikes.
Bears. Jaguars against the Broncos.
Jags.
Jaguars.
Jags.
Broncos.
Really? They're 0-4.
Gonna lose faith in Uncle Rico already?
Oh, absolutely.
All right.
They don't have Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah, it's fair.
They actually do.
They might.
They might not have him play more tomorrow.
I think they are.
We'll see. Tomorrow night, Sunday night primetime game, Cowboys versus the Saints.
Saints.
I got the
please.
Saints all day.
I'll go Saints.
I got Saints.
That's probably a biased pick, but whatever.
And then Monday's game, which is just a dumpster fire.
Again.
Monday night, Bengals against the Steelers. I got
Steelers.
the Steelers, yeah.
Bengals.
It's in Pittsburgh, right?
Yes.
I got
Steelers.
I got
Yes,
the
yes,
Bengals.
yes.
Upset Bengals.
Upset Bengals?
Yep. I think the Steelers are a fucking train wreck. Even with Mason Rudolph, I don't care.
Right now, they're not looking good.
Yeah.
You would be right.
Yeah.
And to me, instead of trading for Minka Fitzpatrick, which I get because their secondary's awful, but at the same time, if you're gonna scrap the season, I would just say, just tank and get a quarterback, possibly tank for Tua or tank for whoever.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing, and yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens, but it was a great win by the Birds on Thursday, so
Yeah,
we
expect them to win on Sunday. So
100%. I mean, listen, you never know with this franchise,
oh no, I hear you.
but
I'm expecting a big win. I think we all are. So.
Philly 500 asked a good question.
What was his
He
question?
said, "How much longer do you think Ertz will be on this team?" I don't think for more than 2 years.
Oh, that's what I was thinking. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think possibly too. But also,
So
at the
why
sa-
would you keep him for Jalen?
But at the same time, I can also see him taking like a Brent Selleck role to where like when Ertz came in,
yeah,
Ertz eventually got the predominant snaps, and Selleck kind of took a backseat. If he wants to stay here once his contract's up, I could see him taking less money and just staying here and being the backup tight end while Goddard does his thing. But again, I mean, I think he'll after the next 2 years, I think he still has like another 5 years.
And
left.
this is where I'm doubling down on the fans loving the players way too much and getting hooked on them.
Oh, that's definitely part of it.
He said, DeAndre Richardson on YouTube says, "You guys would trade Jerry Rice for Ramsey. You're calling Jerry Rice Zach Ertz?
No, that's
like,
ridiculous.
Seriously?
That's ridiculous.
Like, Ertz isn't even close to
Yeah, no.
fucking Tony Gonzalez."
Brodo on Facebook says, I won that trade, Jake, LOL. But you're welcome. And he also says, "Don't talk to me, Ralph. I'm stuck with Justin Jackson." Damn right you are, right.
Is that the tight end on
No, he's the running back for the Chargers.
I gave him what do you call
The
it?
one that's always injury prone.
Yeah.
Me and Ryan were talking about that. He's like, "God damn it, Ralph. I was going to take Eckler, and then I took Justin Jackson because I thought the way they used Justin Jackson, it all screwed me up." You hate to see it.
Tyler says Miami will beat Pittsburgh.
Oh.
Where is that?
I mean, I
game?
could see it.
I mean, I somewhat could. I mean, I just don't see Miami going
Yeah.
0-16.
Yeah, but like the thing is too with the Steelers, and we've seen it after the past couple of years, they play down to their competition all the time.
Yeah, 110%.
And I could totally see them actually losing to the Dolphins. If they lose to the Dolphins, you're gonna have a shakeup in.
Well, Mike
in
Tomlin will
what do you
get
call it.
fired the next day.
I don't think it'll be like that, but nonetheless, that's it for this week's episode of the Weekly Roundup. I'm your host Jake Friel, Kyle Meager, Ralph Del Vecchio on the ones and twos. We got shows all throughout the week on this platform. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Facebook. Give us a follow on Twitter. God, I just lost my train of thought.
Yeah, I know.
That was bad.
I can see.
I just died for a minute. But nonetheless, if you're not able to catch our live shows, we're on Spreaker, Spotify.
Spotify.
We just got on iHeartRadio, which is huge.
And Spotify.
Yeah,
And Spotify. I can't forget about Spotify.
What
But,
about,
Spotify.
what about Apple Music?
I think
not yet, but we're on Spotify.
Apple Podcast is coming.
You're on Spotify.
We're on
Spotify.
Spotify, Google Play.
Yeah.
I think I said Spreaker already. So
Spotify.
yeah, can't forget about Spotify. But that's it for us on this week's episode of the Weekly Roundup. We'll check you guys back next week on another episode. Actually, no. Disclaimer. I will not be. We won't have a show next week. I have a suit fitting for a wedding I'm attending in November. So
That's kind of ridiculous, dude.
yeah, well,
I'm just kidding.
it happens. Life happens.
Yeah, I know.
But nonetheless, we'll check you guys back next week on another episode of the Weekly Roundup.